Next on Worcester News tonight, an outpouring of support for a landmark restaurant reopening today. And does professional baseball have a place in Worcester? There's new interest in exploring a Red Sox farm team's move to the city. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Could affiliated minor league baseball be coming to Worcester? It's a question many in the city are asking after news broke this weekend by the Worcester Telegram and Gazette that the proposed deal to move the Pawtucket Red Sox to a waterfront location in Providence fell through. The Red Sox are now looking for a new site for their AAA affiliate, and earlier this week, we caught up with city manager Ed Augustus and asked him if he felt Worcester was a viable option.
I think it'd be a great thing for the city of Worcester, but we need to understand, what they're looking for and how seriously they're looking at outside of the state of Rhode Island. I know the deal on the riverfront in Providence has fallen through. That doesn't necessarily mean that all options in Providence or all options in Rhode Island have been fully explored at this point.
A new ballpark would have to be built for the AAA team, the most logical site being the Wyman-Gordon property in the Canal District. But the city manager made it clear in no circumstance would a new stadium be 100% publicly financed.
I've got schools that are 100+ years old that are waiting for investments. I got fire stations that need investments. So the idea that a stadium, that would be 100% financed by the public, I think is a tall order. But if there's some creative ways to work with private investors and private entities, I'm all ears. I'm willing to, sit down and talk with anybody about ways that, something could be put together.
PawSox managing partner Larry Lucchino told the Providence Journal they would continue to look in Rhode Island. When asked if any Massachusetts communities have reached out to him, he told the paper no comment. Well, a court appearance for the suspect in a road rage incident, Ryan Kobus, who has been charged in the beating of a 71-year-old man, will be held without bail 120 days. The decision was made today at his dangerousness hearing. Prosecutors say Kobus was tailgating and honking at Walter Young of Florida earlier this month. Young pulled over on Route 122 in Barre. That's when Kobus is said to have gotten out of his SUV, pulled Young from his car, and attacked him. Young suffered brain bleeding, cuts, and bruises. Kobus' lawyer says Kobus was acting in self-defense. Well, the tragic case of Bella Bond has the Department of Children and Families again under the microscope. And today, there's a new call for change. Michael Rosenfield has more.
Of the tragic death of Bella Bond, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker calling the problems at the Department of Children and Families systemic. And his administration has been reworking policies at the agency since he took office. It's a top priority.
I think one of the historic problems with DCF, and I'm not laying blame anywhere, okay? This is not about blame. I'm just trying to learn from the past, is that people say, yeah, we're going to do this. They snap their fingers, they put out a bulletin, and then it disappears into the ether of 29 area offices.
DCF opened 2 brief cases in 2012 and 2013 concerning Bella and neglect, and the cases were closed after services were provided. The governor says it's unclear if social workers at the time knew that 2 other children had already been taken away from Bella's mother, Rochelle Bond, who's now charged as an accessory in Bella's death.
DCF treats all of these cases as standalones. Okay, every incident is a standalone, right? In this particular instance, all the information associated with what happened before should have been part of the conversation, and it's not clear to me that it was.
If Rochelle Bond's history with children had been thoroughly reviewed, perhaps Bella would have been removed from the home. Baker says it may not have been protocol to review the mother's entire past.
Why do you need a protocol for that? Because you have 6,000 people out there working in the field, and you want them to be working off a playbook that everybody understands.
The governor promising clearer and more modern policies, some of which haven't been updated in over 10 years. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh says there should be a 30-day review of the system.
It seems like every governor that inherits DCF, sometimes the problems get to a point where they're bad, and I think we're at a point right now with DCF where there's concerns.
The condition of a second Auburn toddler taken from a foster home is improving. DCF tells us the child is now medically stable and has been moved to a long-term rehabilitation facility. The toddler was in critical condition when removed from the home last month. Another foster child who was also found unresponsive in the home, 2-year-old Evelina Conway, died. No charges have been filed, and the case remains under investigation. A grand jury today indicts 3 Worcester men with murder, the charges stemming from the fatal shooting of Shane Bennett back in August. The district attorney confirms Jeffrey Johnson, Matthew Pye, and Simon Hawley are all now being charged with murder. The men had faced other charges related to the shooting death of Bennett on August 16th. Prosecutors have said the shooting was due to a drug deal gone bad. The men will be arraigned on the murder charges at a later date. Well, Worcester High School is working to make sure its students have enough to eat when they go home for the day. The program helps dozens, and it respects the students' privacy as well. Our Patricia Nicholas has more on the effort to keep kids healthy.
Just beyond these doors at South High School lies food that will provide a meal for students and their families who may have fallen on hard times.
We know that if you're hungry, you're not going to learn. So we want to take away all the excuses not to learn and just have kids come here and be able to do the best they can.
South High's food pantry was the first of its kind in the Worcester Public Schools. It all started when a group of students asked for help because they didn't have enough to eat. Principal Maureen Beninda says it currently helps feed 85 students 3 times a week. The food is provided through donations and partnerships with organizations like the Hanover Theater and Friendly House.
During the school year, I believe there's 25 sites that we provide food to each day, snack and supper. So I believe, you know, with our small organization, we're definitely doing our part.
Beninda ensures that students feel comfortable taking the food. She provides them with a backpack, and they are able to fill it up with any food that they want.
And then they leave the backpack right here in this room. And last period of the day, we open up the door, has access to the outside. The students just grabs the backpack, and it looks like they're bringing books home when really they're bringing food home to them, to their families.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
A fire in Worcester destroys part of a home on Ridgewood Road. Firefighters were called just after 9 this morning. They found flames and smoke coming from the home. A man living there was able to make it out safely.
The homeowner woke up, he was sleeping, heard a whoosh, woke up, and his bedroom was on fire, is what he told us.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. A serious motorcycle crash in Worcester is under investigation. We first showed you this video on Monday. Police tell us a 64-year-old man crashed his motorcycle into the former Price Chopper on Mill Street Monday afternoon. Police say the man was not experienced in riding motorcycles and suffered head trauma and possible internal injuries. Right now, he's listed in serious condition. Well, a scare for passengers on board of a hot air balloon as it makes a hard landing in Grafton this afternoon. Alicia Rodriguez has our story.
Just came back from work.
An unwelcome and unusual surprise for this commuter.
Figures. What do you want me to do?
He returned to his car in the MBTA parking lot at the Pine Street station in Grafton to find a hot air balloon had left its mark.
With this car, I've had all the luck in the world. So I'm not surprised something else happened to him.
The pilot, Daryl Young, told police a strong gust of wind caused the balloon to go off course. He told them he was forced to land in the parking lot, hitting a guide wire, knocking over a light pole, and damaging 3 cars. The pilot and 6 passengers, a group of women between 55 and 77 years old, were unharmed. They were lucky. In July of last year, the same pilot was involved in this accident in Clinton, Massachusetts, that seriously injured 3 of the 8 passengers. This cell phone video shows the balloon hitting power lines, causing multiple explosions. Young owns Damn Yankee Balloons out of Dixfield, Maine. The National Transportation Safety Administration determined in this case the balloon did not gain altitude after Young engaged the burner. Again, an unlucky driver returning to this, and a note from Grafton police, but the MBTA police are actually the ones who are investigating this. I did speak with the NTSB. They said it's not clear if they'll get involved just yet. I also called the pilot and his company several times, but so far, no response. Reporting in Grafton, Massachusetts, Alicia Rodriguez, Worcester News Tonight.
A big day for a city restaurant. It's reopening after months of costly renovations. And as our Olivia Lyman reports, the loyal customers of this Maine South institution helped make this day possible.
Anyone who's met Ann Jenkins knows she's full of energy.
People have helped me, you know, they have saved, oh my goodness.
Welcome back to the neighborhood.
Those are beautiful. It was the case Tuesday as she reopened her restaurant for the first time in almost 3 months.
I am floating. I am floating right now instead of being in quicksand.
Annie's Clark Brunch closed at the end of June for extensive renovations to bring the building up to code.
It's like riding a bike, starting all over again, I hope. It was a little rough my first morning, but I'm working it.
When customers found out the renovations would cost more than $50,000, they created a You Caring page to help with some of the cost.
I know they only asked for $20,000, but I know they ended up getting like over $30,000. So I just think that shows just how important Annie is to like the Clark community and the local community as well.
When you saw on their sort of the online fundraising, you saw all the sentiment, people who've been here 30 years or parents who were so appreciative of what they did for their kids.
Ann's daughter Megan says the support she and her mother received has been amazing. But she says since it is their first day back, they're still trying to get into the swing of things.
We're going to ask our customers over the next couple of weeks to bear with us. We're learning everything new again.
Even though some of the equipment is new, the family atmosphere remains.
Because of a lot of help from a lot of people all over the world.
It's not just a place to eat, it's a home for a lot of people away from home.
Olivia Lemon,